Okay, so we're playing against Mysterious Expert. We're doing the Nimzowitsch Defense, Kennedy variation. So the idea is here, we're taking this knight and giving white doubled pawns and then playing d6 and b6 to blockade the queen side. And it's important we cannot play d6 right now because we would fall into queen a4 check. And now he's probably threatening to come up here. a4 was probably good. a5. Just stopping b4. And if he tries to prepare it like this, so he's preparing the c5, so we stop that. Let's offer... What should we do? Should we just chase the queen back? Yeah, let's just chase the queen again. Don't see much he could do from there. Okay, he's gone back. And then he comes here. Still, the rook isn't protected. The rook needs to be protected for him to play b4. So he can't play b4. Okay, so he's stopping my knight jump into f4. However, this doesn't stop f5. The idea is we move the knight to e8. I think it's the best square for the knight. And playing f5. Similar to a King's Indian type structure. Okay. So I think we take here. And just put the knight back. And we will see. So now we have opened up the F file, and now he can play b4. He can play b4. So I might play a4, stopping b4 once again. Let's see. So, let's see what he's thinking now. This method of g3 and bishop g2 is a very good setup against the Nimzowitsch Kennedy variation. Because, of course, the pawn guards the f4 square. Okay, so now he's keeping me out of all of these squares. This one. To take his good bishop. So that's interesting for him. I think queen here is going to be good. I just like this move. I find it fine. It connects the rooks. That's what I like about it. It connects the two rooks. So the nice thing about the Nimzowitsch Defense Kennedy variation is that you swap off your bad bishop, your dark squared bishop, on f8 immediately. And then you get this really nice, good bishop. Usually this bishop gets exchanged for white's bishop, which is his bad bishop, but still, you have the knight pair, which is pretty good. Let's just double on the f-file again. He's probably thinking about it as well. Yep. So now, once again, he can play b4. Alright, now he's just let me into knight h4, knight f4. However, I can't really make use of that. I could just, I've moved this knight twice. Twice back and forth, so I've lost 4 tempos. From f6 to e8, f6, e8. But we are exposing the file between the rooks. So something interesting should happen here. Looks like it is. The g6 square, as you can see, is the only square that leads to f4, which is where we need to go. Let's get it again. Let's just trade all the major pieces. And then trade these guys again. And we have the knight pair and a closed board, closed center, which should be good. Although we are somewhat blocking our knight by doing this, so if he dodges out of the way, it does give us the file. Or if he just doesn't do anything, which he's not, which is good. So he is trying to play c5, which is the correct plan for white. No, doesn't work. It might work. But see, the thing is, I can't use this other knight to get there. Pretty sure we're taking that. Maybe we just dodge back here and guard the c5 thrust here. And then we take, and he won't be able to take back. And then our knight nicely slots in here. Now he's coming down here, or down to here. Let's see now what to do. Should we try and break up something over here? No. Maybe not. Just put the knight back on f6. But see, the thing is, there's nothing the knight can do from f6. This one, if we got our knights here and here, something like this. No. 1, 2, 3. And got our knight there, that might be good. If we could get our piece there. Actually, this looks okay. Don't see much wrong with that. Now we have some entry points. Something like this, or down to here, and in this way. But still, this knight, we need to find a way to get this knight into the game because he's not participating in the game. He really is not. Okay, he's dropped back. Now he's coming down here. No. Maybe. See, we need entry points. Right now, we don't have any entry points. Something like this. Of course, now he's going to put his queen there. and force us to trade queens. Yep. Yeah, we can't escape the queen trade or anything. So, alright, no, well. No, that doesn't work. Okay, so he has to take with the king. He can't take with the bishop because that allows our knight to get into f4. And then that allows our other knight to jump in somehow. That's the thing, somehow this knight has to get in the game. But because he's put his pawns like this, it's going to be very hard. Okay, I'm playing h6 just to keep track of this. See, f4 is a hole. I'd really like to jump in there, but I can't. Maybe I can. Maybe. We can find a way to get our knight to there after we take here. But see, the thing is, how do we get our knight there? Now he's coming over to here. And he's really preventing us from coming into there. There's nothing else to do but centralize the king. See right now he can't. Oh, I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to push this. But then that creates something over here. This knight, I need to get him in somehow. I guess I could try this and try to. Oh, I see. Now he's coming in here. So I have to take it pretty much. No. Okay, I think I've found something. Maybe. Here for the knight. That might be good. Like this. That might be a good square. Pretty confident about this square. Still, the bishop is okay. It's not great. I mean, these two all of these squares are taken away from it. I could bring down here and here to this diagonal. But I don't see anything there either. Oh, I see. Now he's coming. Oh, no. Okay. Alright, so now we get this knight in. And then our king will sit over there, and then we can play g5. Oh, no, he's going to get it in before we do. Dang it. So we have to play king here. We just have to. Finally, we've gotten our knight on f4. But he does have more space, and he's getting h5 in, h4 in before we get g5. So he's getting h5 in, then we get h4 in, then we get g5. So the idea is now we've got this. I'm offering him a draw. Draw. Okay, that was a good game. Good game. Thanks. Pretty sure you were winning in middle game. Analysis board. Alright, so we're gonna take a look at this. So finally we got our knight on f4. Finally we got him there. Which is what you want to do in the Nimzowitsch Defense, is put your knight on f4. Oh, what's this? Knight d6. Oh, he took the knight and that drew the game. It's funny. Alright. Here, I'm gonna turn, can't even see it. There it is. Okay, we're just gonna turn this off here. We're gonna leave this to do it. Okay, so it looked like the game was just pretty much back and forth. A bunch of plans and mistakes and inaccuracies. Oh, okay, so I made no mistakes so far. Okay, so he made more errors than I did, surprisingly. And I really like the Nimzowitsch Defense because it really gives black a clear plan. And I like having a plan in my games. Alright, there it is. Okay, so let's see here. What were the mistakes? Okay, so yeah, this just mainline Nimzowitsch. That is probably the best move that white has here. Well, let's turn it on now. Knight g6. So the idea behind this is because we've maneuvered the knight so many times, we are going to use this knight for kingside attack. And also this bishop, we're just freed up, so the bishop is stopping c5. So we have this, and then once the knight comes to c3, we pin it, and we're threatening to take it with doubled pawns. Knight e2, so this is the master's database. Lichess. Okay. Knight e2. What is the most common? Knight d2 is the most common. Okay, so yeah, so we can't play d6 here because, of course, we're going to lose a piece. So we have to keep in mind, whenever the bishop is on b4, you never play d6 unless you have a knight on b8, which we don't. It's way over here. So you have to keep this in mind. So you castle first. So you play knight f6. And then after this stuff here, now we play d6 and f3. I guess this is an okay move. It's strengthening the center, and there's no knight on g1, so I guess that works. And I thought that this would be a good move because it prevents b4. Bishop b3. Bishop b3. So this idea is to play c5. And so we stop that. Queen h5. I just thought threaten the queen again. It's fine. Queen c2. And then we castle. So we typically go same side castling. And then we go for the king side attack. Because, of course, our pawns point that direction. Pawns point this way. This is the way we're going to play because we want to play f5 and gain more space on the king side. So this move is a very good move by white because it's preventing the knight to come into f4. f4, which is the main goal black has in this defense. To put a knight on f4. So something like, first we play f5, so knight e8, f5. And if white allows, we can play knight h4 immediately, and then we have two knights hitting f4. And that also makes way for the f-pawn. So, but this move prevents f4, and if white can put the bishop on g2, it's a pretty powerful king guardian. So, this makes it a bit more difficult for black to carry out a plan. Knight e8, bishop g2, f5, of course. This is the thrust we want to make. He didn't take, which is probably best. Takes. You just have the tempo on the queen, and the bishop's developed and the f-file's open, so probably wouldn't be best for black to do that. Oh, f4 was a good move here. That's interesting. And then after this, can we break it open? No, that wouldn't be good. h5. h5. Okay. Bring the knight back in. Let's see. Knight h7, king h1. Oh, h5. F takes. H takes. h4. I see, now we can maybe get the knight on f4. But see, the whole idea, the whole difficulty that I had in this middle game was coming up with that plan of getting a knight on f4, because he did eventually. Oh, interesting. So I could have put the bishop on a more active square, I guess. Anyway, queen e7. So I just wanted to connect the rooks. So that I could maybe move this knight and then take back with a rook. And then we doubled rooks. And see, now he's weakened the f4 square. Now the f4 square is a hole. But you can see that the whole problem I had in this middle game was this knight, this f6 knight. I couldn't find a good square to put it at. Knight e8, just trying to simplify the position. Of course. And then queen f6. Okay, that was an inaccuracy, I guess. Now he's trying to play on the queen side. The idea here is that if we go back, bishop b4, if white plays, say, knight f3, we takes, and then play d6. Now what we've done is these pawns, we have stopped them from coming forward. See, we've stopped them from coming forward. And if white plays bishop e3, trying to play c5, when we play b6, and it's stopped. And then if they play a5, trying to play a4, trying to play a5. Now we just completely blockade the entire queen side. White's entire queen side. White can't do anything on the queen side, and it leaves us to concentrate on the king side attack for white. So that's the idea. And then after this, b4, so you can see he's trying to open this up. Because he has his pawns connected, he can afford to make some exchanges here. Takes, queen e7. So I thought I need to get this knight back on f6. Still, that's not a very good spot for the knight. a1, h4, f1, g3. So now this forces the exchange of queens. I took here and then. So I just wanted to prevent any g5 idea. And centralize the king. Now he's breaking through. Took here, takes. He took, and finally I found a good square for the knight behind the pawn. It's safe. It's on an outpost. That's a very good square to put in pressure. I finally was happy with this. He took. So now I can see why the computer thinks that's a bad move, is because now I can freely use the f4 square. Bishop f1, trying to support the knight getting into here, or just here, I guess. Knight f4. Finally, I've gotten it in, and I can also play g5. After takes king here. So he moves the knight back, and then I just close off. If he plays here, and then I just play something like this. Takes. Still, the king is prevented from coming to the critical squares. So this is pretty much just a draw. I don't see any way white can make use of this. And black's king is going to get over here anyway. Something like this. Alright, well, anyway, that was a fun game, and I hope you learned something from this game. And the Nimzowitsch Defense. It's a really great opening. I highly suggest trying it out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.